What's going on, everybody? We're back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse. And we're picking up this run with Adrian Sullivan, not Andrew. Adrian Sullivan's Jeskai list. We pretty handily took down the mirror last round. Though our opponent made some strange plays, like Game 1 they just let us resolve a Teferi by main phasing a Chemist's Insight to dig for lands on their 5th turn. So they just had no mana, and then by the time they found... No, they never even tried to answer it, because we got a Niv-Mizzet into play. We can keep this. We have Opt to help us find more land. We have Ionize. This version of the deck, better than most, I think takes advantage of the 2 damage from Ionize. Watching Adrian in some of his rounds, he had some pretty big stacks involving Niv-Mizzet triggers, Ionizes, and expansions on Ionize, where he just... the opponent just died. They just went to 0 life from something like 8 or 10, thanks to Ionizes and triggers. Not gonna opt yet because we don't know what we want. Looks like we're playing its other mirror though. Or no, this is just maybe a blue-red deck with a slower draw. So now we know we want land. So we'll do some end of turn opting here. So they could be a Niv-Mizzet deck also. It's kind of what I'm guessing. If they are, that Syncopate won't be that good. So we found a land drop. And another land drop. I think we're just going to sit tight. I don't want to jam a Teferi into their open mana. Likely they'll just Chemist's Insight here. No, nothing. Okay. That's great for us. Alright, I think we are jamming... Yeah, now that we have the second one, I think we're just jamming Niv-Mizzet. Letting them answer it. And hopefully we'll draw a couple cards in the process. Try to be the first to Niv-Mizzet here. Two lightning strikes. Alright, so for the next one we have the dive down. Now I'm guessing they're going to play red source and Niv-Mizzet of their own, which would be problematic for us. Oh wow, they miss. Do we just run it out? Or do we opt for lands? I think we need to opt for lands and get something, set this up for the next turn with dive down. We can play this tapped because we have Ionize and we have expansion. I don't think we're going to need to use Syncopate. They're going to fire off their own opt. They bottom. So I'm, guessing they're looking for a red source. Oh, they missed again. That's pretty good for us. Alright, so we have Niv-Mizzet with Opt and Dive Down. Their hand must be all burn. Yeah, so they do this now, which is smart. Alright, so they have Red Source, Niv-Mizzet. So let's Opt in response, as we're going to get 2 triggers. Do we want the Clifftop Retreat? Probably. I think we just want to keep making land drops. Yeah, face. Probably find it as Teferi and minus it, right? Leaves us with Ionize and Dive Down. Get in for 5 damage here. And if they replay Niv-Mizzet, I think we can actually kill it with triggers. These are all targeting the Niv-Mizzet. So we want to dive down here before the damage hits, in case they have more in response. Yep. If we let that 2 damage resolve and they had another lightning strike, they could have stacked another lightning strike on top of it. Alright, so we're going to want the binding, I think. Negate, Ionize, Banefire. We do want the dive downs. Don't want shock. I don't think we want Enigma Drake. We don't want Clarion. Don't think we need Settle. Cleansing Nova might be better than Settle at answering a Resolve Niv-Mizzet. And I think we're going to keep Lava Coil because we're not sure if they're playing Drakes. I have to assume they're playing Crackling Drake. In Rekindling Phoenix, we can keep 2. I think they won't have good answers to it. It's going to cost them multiple burn spells. Though maybe Disdainful Stroke is just better than that. Yeah, let's just bring in the Disdainful Stroke. Alright. Thank you. The drivers for a headphone set I don't even use anymore. We didn't even get to show them the treasure maps that game. Alright, I think we can keep this. This is pretty good if they have like a curve into Niv-Mizzet hand. And we have a stroke for Anything else that might come down? Although awkwardly, all these lands do come into play tapped. Did not notice that. I kind of assumed one of these was a duel. I think it's a keep either way. There's not a lot they're going to be doing turn 2 or 3 that we're going to need the Syncopate for, I don't think. There we go. I'll pay 2 just in case we want to Syncopate for 1 on like an Enigma Drake here. And this also reps like Essence Scatter and all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, so they're like a aggro, like get into Niv-Mizzet deck. I think we're gonna be fine. Like, I mean, what answer can they have to Ixalan's Binding? We're fine to let them just play these cantrips. Search for Escanta. We can't Syncopate it because they have 2 open mana, but we can tank and kind of think like we can. Let it resolve. Maybe that shows that we have like Negate if we think about that. This is perfect though. We're still drawing our land. If they make a Chemist's Insight or something, we'll probably expansion it to take the cards. I don't think the Explosion half is going to be incredibly useful here. We have the Banefire as a better explosion. Wow. They're missing land drop, huh? Them missing land drop makes the Syncopate a lot better. They kept, so that's got to be land. They're double red short. We'll definitely use this opt at the end of their turn. If it's land, we'll probably keep it. If it's spell, we'll probably push it, and we're just trying to dig to our own Niv-Mizzet with our dive down back up. This now gives us the mana we need to Niv-Mizzet plus dive down. So now we just have to find the man himself. Now, unfortunately, if they have red source here and Niv-Mizzet, they'll have dive down protection as well if they have that. But we'll have to Syncopate it. I kind of want to like explosion them for 3 just to draw, but I guess we should just be patient. They've kept pretty much everything since they played these Anticipates. Syncopate, I think, is least useful here. Shoot. We were drawing really well. I guess we're going to get rid of Cleansing Nova. We're just gonna have to go for an explosion at the end of their turn. No, maybe we just discard Dive Down. No, I think we're discarding Cleansing Nova. Yuck. I kind of want to copy this, but if we do, we have to discard 2 cards. Not good. We'll copy the second half of it. They're being really patient. Alright, land is okay. I think I do just want to go for the explosion here now to see what they have. Especially like in response to a Niv-Mizzet or something that they might try to resolve. They're just not going for anything. They're making this game take a long time. Alright, we don't want another explosion. Just keep making land drops. Just gonna keep making land drops until they blank. Finally a card that we can play. Definitely want to keep that Ionize. So we'll draw here. Flipping the treasure map gives us a route to Banefiring, considering the amount of land we'll have plus the tokens. Alright, so here we have to let them resolve it, of course. Well, there's a reasonable shot we just lose to a Banefire of theirs here, but we had to go for it, right? But if not, we actually have a lethal Banefire back at them. Because of the Ionize, they took 4 damage off Ionize there. So we'll treasure map here. Don't want that. Another land would be fine. Oh, wait, we don't have lethal. We need to draw land. Shoot. We need them to not have Banefire or Explosion or anything, and we will win this turn. They're searching in response to this dive down. Wow, they found it. That's so painful. This is so painful. If we had topped it to land there, we would have won. No, there's really no point into showing them anymore at this point. Just get to Banefire us now. Alright, well, we're going to keep the deck the same way, and we're going to hope that we just draw better in the mid-game. It was a pretty frustrating sequence where for like about 6 or 7 turns we were just drawing nothing and having double dive down in hand without something for it to protect. Yuck. Alright, so this is a mulligan. But I like this. We have Ionize, Teferi. Hopefully we see like a treasure map or something on top. Land is also fine. Yeah, we did all that work to resolve the binding, and we ended up being 1 land short of winning the turn after. I wonder if I missed an opportunity to flip that treasure map a turn earlier. We might actually have to binding this game, considering our mulligan. Ugh. I mean, I actually kind of like doing it because if they counter it, and hopefully we can just try to jam these Teferis, assuming we're going to draw land. It's a big assumption, but I think the way that this game is playing out with our mulligan, we have to do this. As we kind of went brick here. Okay, so they counter here. So we're kind of doing this to try to set them up. We need this top card to be a land, or else this line does not achieve a whole lot. Cool. So we're rewarded as long as they don't have like a grip of counter magic. Oh, they liked what they saw. Did they opt into Ionize? Syncopate. This is also denying them their Chemist's Insight turn, which is not entirely without value. Well, we can't play around Syncopate. Wow, we just needed them to miss on any of these, like opt or anticipates. And they don't, and now they're gonna go into their Niv-Mizzet turn. And they just have it. Yeah, against our mulligan, them just having like running perfect is not good. So we probably lost this one. Unless we find a binding. Or Banefire. This is like the worst of both worlds. If they actually just had the counters, counter into Niv-Mizzet. And they get to flip their Escanta because they had the counter for the Ixalan binding. Yes, we're taking this land. Oh well. Last game was the one that we really had a shot at winning. And just didn't work out for us. We were one land short. We need like exactly Ixalan's binding on top here, and then have no answer. I don't know. This game 3 though, we were destined to lose with this sequence of opt into Syncopate, anticipate into Negate, Niv-Mizzet. Yeah, we're probably even just dead this turn if they have like a shock. Yep. Oh well, so much for that one. At least game 2 was kind of interesting. I think if any of those like mid-turns, we had just drawn a treasure map at a reasonable time, like a couple turns earlier, we would have been in such a better spot. But our deck just didn't cooperate. Yeah, so that's it for this one. That was a little, yeah, those mirrors or pseudo mirrors were a lot more complicated, and we came close to pulling it out. But we'll be back again soon in the next video with the next round. Hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned.